Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Poetry and You. This afternoon, we'll be discussing the significance of woman work written by Miss Maya Angelou. Good afternoon, Miss Angelou.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Thank you for joining us today on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Today, we would like to discuss your poem, Woman Work. Firstly, let's start with some questions related to the historical content and subject matter of your poem. Question to you. Let's start with the historical context. Could you share with us the literary period during which you wrote the poem and how it influenced your work?
Certainly. Women Work was written during the late 20th century, a period marked by significant social and cultural changes, particularly in relation to the women's rights and roles in society. My experiences as a black woman living through this era deeply influenced the themes and perspectives explored in the poem.
Thank you. The subject matter of woman work revolves around the labor and responsibilities of women. Can you elaborate on why you chose this subject and what message you aim to convey through the poem?
Well, as a woman and a writer, I work to shine a light on the often overlooked and undervalued work performed by women, particularly women of color. Woman Work celebrates the resilience and strength, the contributions of women, while also highlighting the burdens and struggles they face in fulfilling their various roles and responsibilities in society.
Nicely said. Let's discuss the thematic focus of the poem. What overarching themes did you intend to explore through woman work?
Specifically in the poem, Women Work, the themes of women work include the complexities of womanhood, the intersectionality of gender and race, the significance of labor and domestic duties, the longing for freedom and self expression, and the power of nature as a source of solace and rejuvenation amidst life challenges. These are all themes that I hope my readers can evoke in when reading Women Work.
Okay, Ms. Angela. Moving on to the poetic techniques, could you identify at least two techniques employed in woman work and how they contribute to the poem overall?
Well, one of the techniques I would have utilized in my poem is imagery, vividly depicting the physical and emotional landscape of the woman's daily life through sensory details. Another technique used is repetition, which emphasizes the cyclical nature of the woman's work and the relentless responsibilities of women everywhere.
How would you describe the mood and tone of woman work? And why did you choose this particular tone for your poem?
The mode of woman work is contemplative and reflective, conveying a sense of both weariness and resilience. The tone is reverent and empathetic, honoring the woman's labor while also acknowledging the weight of her burdens. I chose these tones to evoke empathy and understanding for women experienced everywhere.
Thank you. Let's delve into the rhyme and rhythm. How did you approach these elements in woman work and what event do you intend to achieve?
In women work, I employed a free verse form with sporadic internal rhyme and rhythm, mirroring the irregularity and unpredictability of the women's daily routine. This lack of strict rhyme and rhythm creates a sense of fluidity and naturalness, allowing the poem to flow like a stream of consciousness.
Okay. Lastly but not least, could you discuss the poetic form of woman work and why you chose this particular form for conveying your message?
The form of woman work is a single unbroken stanza, reflecting the seamless continuity of women's labor and the interconnectedness of her various tasks and responsibilities. I chose this form to emphasize the holistic nature of the women's work and to create a sense of immersion for the reader into her world. Personally, I hope my poem resonates with women everywhere, despite of their situation and I hope they feel empowered to stand up for themselves and for women in general.
Thank you, Miss Angela, for that powerful message, for sharing your insights and creation of women work and various elements that contribute to its richness and depth. It has indeed been a pleasure speaking to you and having you here. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.